Well, it's a sad day in Throwback HQ. It's an end of a year's era, kind of. I know everybody's going to be like, this is kind of somber, kind of shit start, but I don't care. Welcome to Crazy Pinfalls, guys. This is officially our last Tuesday night show. I always thought when I started this, every Tuesday night would be here. Well, you could thank WWE for that. So, because honestly, against going numbers against WWE, everything's been great, but I want to do stuff on our own and have it our own way and fresh and everything. So you might as well. But why don't we just get this done? Tomorrow is a huge day and Thursday, so I got the two best regulars, the two baby faces of the shit show. So what's up, guys? How you doing?
I can't watch NXT, man. I'm on the channel because they're showing the playoff hockey, so I have to go on the only said I can watch it on the website.
So here's the deal. If you have the DVR capabilities, assuming you do, I can't watch it on TV. I have to go to the cable company, the cable company that shows NXT.
Only let for today only on the website because the website can let you watch like others. Stuff like that. I can't watch it on cable TV. So,
because I was going to say, I've noticed when we finish up most nights, when we get done right at around 9, I can kind of pull the Monday Night Raw thing of skipping a lot of stuff, and I can watch at 12 a.m. I can be done with NXT starting at like 9:15. I can be done by like 10:30. So, if you do the skip through stuff, like you can get through it pretty quickly later. So. I've been doing that lately, and it's pretty nice. Like, because when we're on here, I'm not as active on Twitter, anyways, just because trying to get.
I can watch the I can just watch the replay at 12 a.m.
Yeah.
So the question I have is that we have one member of our crew that's not here right now. So
Howard.
We get a lot of good things going on the next couple of days. Speaking of which. There he is.
Oh, there's the
Captain America.
Well, no. So my normal computer decided, hey, I'm not going to respond, and I'll have the screen on, but nothing will happen, which happens sometimes. The only way to solve it is to let the battery die. So I'm trying to boot up another computer I have, the one that I used to play Uno with you a while back, Pat. But that thing very slow, and I don't know if you can see this, but it's using 99% of the disk and 93% of the CPU, just trying to use Chrome.
Then you could just look like that right now, considering you look like Rico Suave Captain America there, man.
I don't know who Rico Suave is.
Really?
No.
You don't know that? Oh my God, I'm old.
Google it, man. Like,
I can't Google it right now.
Like, I'm not gonna act like he's the coolest dude around. Like, but that's a reference everyone's supposed to understand. Come on, man.
God, what? It's a wrestling reference too, because of the fact that they referenced it on Raw a few times with Angel Garza.
Okay. Wow, I mean, that means you're paying attention to commentary, which. It's been real bad.
You're paying attention to stuff with Angel Garza.
But hopefully commentary will be getting better.
So, on that subject, the Adnan parting ways, like I never want to see anyone lose their job, but like the fact that they said like
he didn't really lose it.
Well, he did, but like the fact that they mutually agreed, I'm glad that it comes off like, hey, no ill will. Because I really like Adnan Burke. I think he's very good at not wrestling commentary. Like, when he was at ESPN, I really liked him. His stuff on MLB Network is good. He's just, not everyone's a wrestling commentator. And that doesn't mean that they're not a good commentator. It's just, he was out of his depth and it wasn't a fit. Like, his voice doesn't fit it. So, I mean, we're going to hopefully get something better because that is a possibility.
Put back Todd
could be worse.
Just put back Todd Phillips.
I would hope so.
That's my guess is next week Monday, Tom Phillips is back behind the desk.
I said Todd Phillips is director of the Joker. Did I say that?
Yeah, you did. I ignored it.
I'd be curious too, like when they go back to the road, like I would imagine they're probably gonna do Raw and SmackDown kind of like together so that they're not spreading as far apart. If you're using kind of the same crews and stuff, I wonder about using Cole and Graves on both, and then you can roll in McAfee on one, and I guess Saxton can be on Mondays because I do like when Corey Graves rips on him. It is funny, but like
that's the best thing about commentary is Saxton and Graves.
So
well, I would argue Corey Graves is just really good. But
yeah.
I want to see Graves and McAfee in the same freaking commentary. I could just see Graves just go snapping on him and be like, "You have no clue what you're talking about," and McAfee just going all crazy and excited and just shit.
I want Cole and McAfee I want McAfee and Graves with Cole stuck in the middle. Like that would rule.
Winner gets Cole.
No, because we had that when we had Cole and Lawler and JBL and Lawler.
It's different though. Like these guys have a coolness where they're not being stupid. Like they can. I think this is a different dynamic.
I guess that's true. My question is, are they going to bring back the sets? Because I remember when SmackDown moved to Fox, Raw and SmackDown both got brand new sets, and they only used them for a few months before they moved to the PC. So are they gonna bring those sets back?
Are they gonna bring Raw SmackDown talk back too?
Well, they've been doing. What do you mean? Because they've been doing
on
Raw
the road.
Talk.
On the road.
Sure, why not? Why not? They've been doing it for a while. All they have to do is
question.
They're gonna keep talking smack and Raw talk on the road when they go back.
Yeah.
I mean, you just do it in the facility, like as people are tearing stuff down.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, do it like you did in 2016.
Yeah.
But I would think that they would probably use a set similar to what they had just created, but do some kind of new twist on it. Because if you just go back to it, as fresh as it was, as little of use as they got out of it, people will go, "Oh, it's the old set," like because that's just what people will do. If you use that as your core and change up one or two things to where it's noticeably a little different, I think people would be all right with that.
I think if they're going to do anything weird or spectacular, because they're going to end up keeping both of them separate, I wouldn't mind seeing them doing something different. I wanted them, if they're bringing fans back, why don't you just keep the Thunderdome screens up and have that around? Because think about how interesting that would be to have the concept of the Thunderdome with a live crowd for people who are home who can't physically go there. I mean, for me with epilepsy, right? I would absolutely love to be a part of something like that where you have a live crowd, but you're also watching it kind of like a Thunderdome kind of setting. So like where
basically what NXT does right now.
Yeah, pretty much. But just it just have like a full on stadium, but just have have all the fans crowded and stuff. Kind of like what the UK does. They have like the side of the panels on the screens with their main screen right there. Have you
ever tried going into the Thunderdome?
It's impossible for me to get into it.
So if after almost a year, if you haven't done it by now, like once they open it up and just say, hey, we're going to let fans in and put that up there, like I don't think that it'll really do that. I think they want to get all those screens out of there as soon as they can.
Yeah.
As soon as they can get people in there. And even if it's a small NXT size, like old NXT sized crowd for a Raw or SmackDown, the fact that people are going to be in the building now is going to be such a push to stuff that like it's going to organically just make stuff a lot more fun. I think as soon as they leave the Thunderdome, they're going to never bring the screens back ever again. I've heard some people say, do you think they're going to destroy the Thunderdome on their way out? And I think that they should. I think that'd be a cool idea.
I mean, they did when they got rid of the Mobiletron. They had Rhino gore somebody right through it, and then the next week you had the fist. Now, just to play devil's advocate, though, Ray, the fact of the matter is that NXT has had fans in the building for a while, but they've been doing the Thunderdome setup as well.
Yeah, but nobody notices the screens up there. Like, it doesn't get any
I don't
attention
notice
put
it.
on it. Like,
only time
I forgot they did it until you just said that.
The only time I notice it is
I
when they have.
noticed that.
The only time I notice it is when they have like the jumbo,
What's up, Ron? How you doing, man?
the video board there when they on the sides. That's the only time I notice it.
I mean, the stuff that they've been doing has been good, but I wouldn't expect them to figure out how to use that stuff anyways. I mean, you have like all this technology now. I wouldn't be surprised if they figure other ways to get more fans in there that can't afford to do it. I mean, a good example, let's say there's a kid in Boston, for example, that is hooked up to monitors for cancer, but they want to go to a wrestling show. You can't bring that stuff with you, like a whole hospital ward with you, to a WWE event. So if you keep that video monitoring set up on the side, like the NXT UK has, it would make more sense, because that one kid that is stuck in a hospital bed can be a part of it, of the fan experience, because even though they're home, they're watching everything like the Thunderdome is, and they could see the crowd's reaction, and they can react too. It gives them another option to bring more people in who don't have the ability to. If they're really about this whole thing of bringing more fans into it and more interaction and stuff, it would make more sense to make something like that.
The section with those fans, the fans, and that's only been doing that since they moved to the college stadium, right? Because I remember when they went to Tampa Bay Stadium, and I think it was a hockey arena before, Orlando Magic, right? They didn't have those video boards where the fans could see by the Gorilla position. It's the new the college whatever arena that they started putting those video boards.
Well, center.
Look at it, but have you seen the UK
I think it depends.
product?
I think it depends on the arena.
I don't know. I think you're putting a lot onto like this kid is sick. Like, they have the ability to do that kind of stuff, and they probably already do it, because like we've seen the stories of like all the stuff that they do with the cancer foundations and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're not making that a permanent fixture in the foundation of your show because of something like that. Like, you're not going to build a section of your permanent crowd and take away seats. As cool of an idea as it is, like, they have proven that they are about the dollar over the real like public good. So that idea sounds fantastic. I don't forget know WWE enough to know that they won't do that.
Yeah. So don't forget that famous line, philanthropy is the future of business. Or whatever that Stephanie McMahon quote was. Something similar to that.
And Shane McMahon says, "Here comes the money."
Yeah.
So while we're segueing in between wrestling and stuff,
the future of marketing.
No, yeah. Thank you.
This guy has a little thing to show somebody.
Oh yeah. Hey Anakin, I got a Becky Lynch Funko. And The Rock.
I've got 2 of them.
Yeah, I got The Rock.
And like 6 action figures. Now, which one is that? Is that one? Is that her SummerSlam 2018 one, or is that her as the man?
It's not the man one.
Okay. Oh, it's the other one. Actually, no. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Can you full screen that real quick? Throwback. Yeah. Let me hold up close. Is that? I'm trying to see if that is a SummerSlam 2018 one, or if that's a new one. Because is that gear black and yellow, or is that?
If I pulled the camera on Anakin's side of it, it looks like he's looking staring right in his face.
It's purple.
Oh, okay.
It's purple.
Okay. All right. No. Okay. Okay. No, I have that one. I thought for a second it was like because going into WrestleMania is when she then switched to wearing the black and yellow gear.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
This week
and I got The Rock, and I'm getting Austin. This week's been
a little bit insane too. I'm starting to see on SmackDown though, because I was watching bits and pieces of it, that it could be a possibility that they might be setting up a fatal 4-way at Hell in a Cell. Do you think that's a possibility? Because you could have Jimmy in it, Cesaro, and Rollins in it, Wouldn't that be an interesting twist to a regular match?
Who is the fourth? Sorry.
You got Roman
Jay?
in there.
Oh,
Oh,
Roman.
okay. See, I'm under the impression that Roman won't fight at Hell in a Cell. It'll be some kind of contender to get to face him at Money in the Bank.
I think it's going to be Cesaro and Seth, number one contender match.
I think it's going to be, if that's the case, it'll be a triple threat because you have to put Jimmy in there somewhere because of the fact that the way they're building that
I don't think Jimmy's going to either.
I think Jimmy's more in the tag team with his brother. That story's with his brother.
No, but the way it seems like they're building it up.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is the way they're setting this up and where they're building it up, they're going to set it up kind of like they did with Jay to force Jimmy to submit to Roman's will. That is a common theme between the three of them right now. So why not throw Jimmy in there and have Jay turn on him just to force him to go to Roman? It's an interesting concept because psychologically, it's going to break down in a story where Jimmy has to decide whether he wants to go for his opportunity like his brother did, or do you go or stay with the family? It's kind of like a give and take where do you want to get this opportunity to face your cousin to beat the crap out of him to make him up, or do you want to not do anything and just stand packed? It's an interesting way of seeing this.
So I love what they're doing with Jimmy Uso. Like the layers that they're building with this, to me, it's just like so good because he's come back and he's still old, confident, cocky Jimmy Uso, but like turned up a little higher to where like he matches Roman's level of energy, and he's just as brash and arrogant as Roman is. But we love him for it because he's doing it towards Roman, who is the heel in the situation, because he's just trying to like be tag team champs with his brother again. Something he's done before a ton of times. He's not coming back going, hey, you gave my brother a shot at the title. Where's mine? He's instead saying, no, for the sake of the family, you go be Universal title holder. We can be the tag champs. We'll all have all this gold. Like, that's all babyface stuff while he's also sitting there wearing a t-shirt that says nobody's bitch. And I love that.
I need that shirt.
It's so good. So I hear you on the like Jimmy versus Roman in a Hell in a Cell, because honestly, when they first said, hey, Hell in a Cell will be this summer, I thought, oh, they're bookending this because that's what they did. And then when Roman said, I'm not going to fight you, I really, really hope that they stick to that. And then it ends up being something else for Hell in a Cell. But I do get where that tease comes from. I do think the idea is still feasible, though, because Jimmy is setting up a match with the Street Profits. If Roman doesn't let Jay do it, that's costing them a shot to eventually get a tag title shot. So then maybe Jimmy gets mad and says, you know what, fine, I'll go after your title, and then you get Hell in a Cell. But I don't want to see that match because Roman said he wasn't going to do it.
I do think putting the titles away in Dominic is just a way for the Usos to become eventual tag team champions as heels.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
It seems like to me in the distance, though, that they're trying, at least give WWE a chance to try, because they're trying to make Smackdown solidify at least as some sort of tag division. I mean, look at, you got the Mysterios, you've got,
the Dirty Dogs.
Yeah.
Dirty Dogs.
Your Prophet.
Speaking of Dirty Dog.
What's up?
Other than that, I mean, a few things though. I think at least you could give them a chance. I mean, is he taking shots?
Apple
juice, bro.
Oh,
bro.
Next thing you know, you'll be taking shots while me and him are all dressed up tomorrow.
You don't need to be taking shots on camera ever again.
Oh God, please no.
No.
I don't have any shots at home, so
I don't do shots, so I'm out on that.
Well, no, because you got vaccinated, right? Are you getting vaccinated? So you do take shots.
Oh, Now who's all funny?
So I'm just gonna release one of the names.
Sorry.
So I'm gonna release one of the names that will be out here tomorrow, as of officially now part of it. This guy's gonna have some explaining to do on camera.
Uh-oh.
What are you talking about?
Spencer is gonna be on tomorrow. That's gonna be an interesting conversation about why you picked Cool Runnings.
Because it's
We're gonna save that for tomorrow.
It's a good
Why,
movie.
what?
That's why.
all right.
Why,
They did
what?
it
It's
on
I'll
his
answer it
show.
tonight. I'll answer it tomorrow. It's simple. It's the
his
greatest Jamaican
show.
bobsled movie of all time.
On his show, they did a draft of Disney movies, and
Uh-huh.
and like half the movies they were picking, I was like, "Come on, you're not counting Mary Poppins, which movie is actually one of the best Disney movies
Right.
in the
Screw
early
you, Ray.
era
Mary
of Disney."
The best musicals are Disney musicals, and if you don't like Mary Poppins, you don't like fun.
Look,
Yeah,
I don't
and
like
it-
musical movies.
No wonder
I don't
your
want movies to
students
be
say you're not
musicals. I
fun.
hate musicals and movies.
Look, I
Movies
didn't,
are only entertainment, not with music.
I
So
didn't
then
come
you,
on. I didn't
so
come
then you
on the
must
last
hate Lion
Tuesday
King
show.
and Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast.
No, hold on.
No, I'm talking
No,
to Aaron with
But
that.
we can
I'm talking
save
to Aaron
that
with
for
it.
That's
we could
different.
we could save this for
Mary
tomorrow.
Poppins is those.
We got 2 hours tomorrow to fill, and I mean, Pluggo's got a lot of explaining to do. We'll ask Spencer what he thinks.
He knew
So-
who he hired, bro.
Yeah, I know. And you and me got to figure out a schedule for me to pop
I
in.
want to see a
whenever.
musical. I'll go to a concert.
Yeah.
I'll be on the Power Out episode tonight. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk Cool Runnings there too.
Oh, great. So with WWE actually now seeming to, just on the SmackDown side and the NXT side, actually giving a flying bleep about
Oh,
tag teams
God.
for the most part.
Questionable.
It's very questionable, but the thing is that at least give them a shot at it, because if you have the Usos, the Prophets, the Mysterios, the Dirty Dogs, and next thing you know, they'll probably switch the Viking Raiders over there. That is a pretty good startup for a tag division on that. And then with the call-ups, you never know. They might put 2 NXT pairs that don't seem like they match and then put them there. I wouldn't be surprised. And the other thing I was thinking about the other night is that with the releases just recently in NXT, Thatcher could go back to Imperium.
I like him. I like him with Ciampa though.
I do too. I think it fits a little better because
Yep.
Imperium is just like, we respect the mat, but they're also like classy gentlemen who wear like fancy stuff.
That's not
And
Ciampa.
Thatcher looks like he rolls
Yeah,
around
Thatcher.
in grease all day, and like it's fine. I like it. It's great. He's
Thatcher's
awesome,
a
but,
taller version of Daniel Bryan. As far
Yeah,
as look.
But the
I think
difference is
he's
he
more
loses.
grizzled and
He
stuff.
loses most of the time.
But
Well, it's going to be fun. At least tomorrow we'll have some shenanigans and stuff like that.
Did you say
Uh,
shenanigans?
Yeah.
Hey Farva, what's that restaurant you like to go to with all the goofy shit on the wall?
Shenanigans.
Oh,
Shenanigans.
shenanigans! Oh,
oh, I'm gonna
Shenanigans.
pistol whip the next person who says shenanigans.
he's getting pistol whipped.
But
Oh, I love
Hey,
it.
first of all, how do you even know I'm available tomorrow? Because I'm such a big star. I'm just kidding. Dude,
says the person that literally in a private chat that we have said, yeah, I'll be there.
I'll
tomorrow.
be there. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, wait, don't pull behind the curtain.
Wait a minute.
out.
Somebody.
Yeah,
Okay.
he teased that on Twitter, and I've been curious. Like, okay, Drew, what are you doing?
He needs the Y2J counter.
Okay.
Total Bella Divas.
Oh
So
no!
TBD, baby.
with all the content that's been going out, we've had the Dark Side of the Ring stuff, the Ultimate Warrior biography, which I'm actually halfway through right now. It's interesting to see, and me and Aaron were talking about this on his show earlier today, that there's that old saying that there's always 2 sides to every coin. Do you think and what they were trying to do in the biography, from what I've gotten so far, is that they're trying to divide the character from the person. Do you see other things like that happening currently in wrestling where the person's all into who they are,
Why
into their
back,
character,
brother?
but not
Why back?
Well, yeah, but let's also not
This
forget
guy has his name.
we just got. Oh, there we go, Tim. We just got a note from somebody who apparently never said a word over the past year of allegations because he was trying to kayfabe it up. Of somebody who, by the way,
A
when it
sleepy
comes
Peter.
to note apps, makes Natalia look like a novice. My God, did you guys read what he wrote?
Yeah.
Oh my,
Peter. Yeah, Sleepy Peter.
yeah. Oh my, it was.
Spotlight, please. Oh, hey everyone. Nice to see you all. You know, let me just cut to it. Now, if you've been looking at my Twitter this past week, you've been seeing me post pictures of my tribal chief, my head of the table, Roman Reigns. You may have also been seeing me post these 3 letters, TBD. TBD. You may think you know what that means, but you don't. I have a major announcement today. On this day, my tribal chief's birthday. That's going to rock the crazy, wicked universe. It's going to be insane. You're all on notice because TBD is here to announce the following. I'm coming for the wicked, crazy title. Why, you might ask? Because TBD needs to hold more gold. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, Drew, more gold? That's right. Because I, unlike somebody else here, actually hold in my possession the real Universal Championship. The Universal Championship of my tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Be careful, because your fate rests in the hands of TBD. 2 belts, Drew. And when it comes time, all of you will acknowledge me as the head of the table, your table, at wicked, crazy Pinfalls.
Hey,
What
Lucy,
the
Lucy, you have explaining to do.
I can't read that. What does it say? Oh.
Oh my
You can
gosh.
speak now. He's gone.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm still scared.
Can somebody clip that for me, because that has to go on Twitter. That has to be, as of now, the best on-screen promo in a while, and that's been since literally Anakin and Rey went off on each other, cutting promo after promo. But just a single time,
Yeah,
my god!
Yeah, my force would join forces just to get to go after Drew. Big money Drew.
I'll be honest.
Speaking of-
I respect the hustle. I might join him.
Yeah.
Oh my
Speaking of
I follow wherever Ray goes. That's where I'm going. So I guess we're now a trio.
speaking of
wow!
You guys are
going
cowards.
off, I gotta go off on Raw. I gotta go off on Raw last night.
Let's refocus everything because we have some time. What and I
got
need
3
people
days.
who, yeah. Well, I'm talking about that,
No, I know.
but I mean, I'm gonna go 1-on-1 because obviously he was referring to me about the real Universal title, but I get that. But he's a good guy. He's a friend. I'll let it aside. But I'm gonna go 1-on-1 big screen for you guys to rebuttal his promo.
Oh, hold on.
Look at that mug. Look at that mug.
What am I doing?
You're gonna retort
All right,
his
all right.
statement.
Let me go first. I got this. Let me go first. All right, Drew, we're pals. You know that. You know.
Kanye'd me.
You know that you have. Can you silence him, please? Thank you. You know that I respect you and you respect me. You want to go after Throwback, and and call yourself the real Universal Champion. Hey, I got no issues with that. But you want to come after the Wicked Crazy Pinfalls title when it hasn't even been shown yet, and you're already staking a claim to it?
Oh,
And you think that's just gonna? You think we're just gonna roll over and let you do it? I mean, you heard Ray. He's got no problem rolling over and showing his tummy. Sluggo apparently has a problem showing his tummy, considering his wife keeps telling him to take his shirt off, and he won't do it. No, he won't do it for her, but he'll do it for you.
If I
don't know where Aaron's
shirt off.
I don't know where Aaron stands in all of this.
I'm not joining anybody.
But if you excuse me, I'm talking. Thank you.
No, I will.
But if you think that I'm gonna roll over and just let you take it, hold on. I need a close up.
No, you don't.
If you think I'm gonna roll over and just let you take it, you've got another thing coming.
Oh my gosh. My friend Brittany just said it all.
All right. Called you two out, man.
Yeah, let's go with the second big star of the whole thing. Go ahead, Pluggy.
Why? He's already joining Way and Drew. Why did you have to say? He has nothing to say.
That's all he has to say.
Because he's ready joining Way and Drew. So
look,
what does he say?
All I know is you want a big star, Throwback. You want to do numbers, as your boy SRS says. The title belt's got to come here. That's all I'm saying. Like big numbers, big star. Jeremy Lambert says that too, right? I'm stealing all their gimmicks.
Yeah, but Joel's the real star of that show.
Look, all I know, and I'm going to advocate, if I win the title, the shirt might come off. That's all I'm saying.
Go ahead, Ray.
I'm going with Ray. Wherever Ray goes, I'm his JU, so I'm your right-hand man, bro.
Cut.
Anakin used the word tummy.
Yes, he did.
Do you want a champion who uses the word tummy? Are we children? Like yes. Like he said, tummy. I can't support that. I will be honest. I respect the promo of Big Money Drew. 2 belts Drew if he achieves his goal. Now I'm not going to stand in his way, but if we cross paths, sure, I'll take him out because that's what I do. I win. But when it comes to the title, I've made it very clear what my intentions with that title will be. I am a firm believer that the man makes the title. It doesn't take the title to make the man. And I'm a pretty damn good man when it comes to this. So I know what I'm doing. I've told you what will happen with the title. If Anakin gets as close to sniffing it, props to him. But when I win that title and I hand it over to Jeremy Lambert and it's gone forever to anyone else, I told you that that's what I was going to do. So get mad at me. But I
How
told you.
much? How much
I
Germany
just
gonna pay you?
let's just say this much, right? I just tweeted out that he just literally did like a Sean Ross Sapp promo. You know, like how he does like for Quizlemania and stuff like that. That is like an insane level of promo right there.
I'm just talking. That's just what I do. Like, that wasn't a promo. That's real talk. Like,
Aaron, do you have anything to retort on that whole statement there?
Nope, because I'm like Tom Brady. When you trash talk somebody, if you trash talk Tom Brady, you're gonna get burned.
Why don't we get the
Notice
biggest
how-
heel on the screen?
Nobody gets
Get your
burned by
butt in
Tom Brady.
here. We got to
When
hear
you-
what you say.
When you trash talk most of the time, you end up losing.
Notice how Ray still talks about me when the question was to respond to Drew's promo, and he still has to talk about me and mention me. I'm in his head. He can't
I like that
Hold on.
idea,
Did you-
but
did
DMGC,
you listen to me?
the question is,
anything without bringing me up. I am in his head.
DGMC,
No,
the question is that, hold on, before these two start going off on each other and dropping grenades. The question is DMGC, are you going to actually show up tomorrow like you said you
No.
would?
He's not. He's a coward. We all know it. He's a coward. He doesn't have a mic.
I'm Anakin. I agree with
Last
Anakin
Tuesday
here.
night, Anakin is just taking shots.
What's up with these Massachusetts women loving burning it, Aaron? Brittany, you're awesome, though, but still, I mean...
Burn it down!
Yes, it's tomorrow.
So,
I'm telling you,
Anakin.
he's a coward.
Anakin,
I
you
gotta
need
get
to
Tim
stop
in here.
lying to people because
Hey.
you just said that I never addressed Drew. I did address Drew. I
I
said,
didn't.
hey,
No.
respect.
I didn't say you didn't
let's-
address Drew.
Hey,
Can you
I
Michigan
just
people
to
get
let-
along? Do people in Michigan fight all the time like this?
I forgot
No.
the popcorn.
no. He also needs to remember that I have the capability to mute him. So when I try to use the "Hey, I'm speaking" thing after he did it, respect it because I have powers that you don't. But I did address the big money Drew situation. I said, respect the hustle. Good luck to you. If we cross paths, I'll beat you. I'm confident in my ability. But don't say that I didn't address it. And as far as calling somebody a coward, you are not the one to be calling a coward. Because if I recall, and I'm pretty sure I'm correct, Pat, feel free to check the tape. You and I, Mr. Anakin, were supposed to do a prediction show with Mr. Tad Predicts for the last pay-per-view, and somebody never showed. But I'm a forgiving man. AEW Double or Nothing is this Sunday. Let's arrange a time. Me, you, and Tad will figure it out. We'll do it this week before Sunday. We'll make it happen. And then if you're as good as you say you are, you'll beat me. And if you do, props to you. I'll hand it right over.
And the best part of all that is I don't have to be there to produce it because as soon as this goes off, me and Ray are going to switch over and I'm giving him the codes for the Wicked Crazy Crew television codes. So
see, he trusts me, not you.
I trust both of you.
How you just like to leave out information. Because I never said you didn't address Drew's promo.
Yes,
I just
you
said
did.
you couldn't know. I said you couldn't
We're never gonna get to the
cut a
topic to
promo
talk
on Drew
about, are we?
without also taking swipes at me. And as far as the Backlash preview, we all tried. The problem is we couldn't get a time that worked for everybody. That was the
By
issue.
the way, I'm just letting you know that I just got a message from the crazy TV / Wicked Crazy Pinfalls Tribal Chief saying he can hear you.
Say that.
That's fine. That's fine. But also, you getting mad at me for addressing you. He asked us to
I didn't
address the
I didn't
title
get mad. I found it
situation.
funny. I found it funny that you couldn't help yourself.
We're trying to sell a product. We've got to be entertaining.
I found.
Learn
right.
the gimmick.
Speaking of entertaining,
Popcorn
I
here.
need to go off on Raw last night. I really do.
Okay,
Do I
go
need
ahead.
to
Go for it.
bust out the fireworks, guys?
I really do.
There's no budget for this, so you can do whatever you want.
There is no budget on this show. Woo!
No.
We'll
I sent
we'll
out
work
the
at an
invitation for
ECW
Tim,
budget.
so- I just send out the invitation for Tim. So when Tim comes, speaking of Tim, let's give Tim a say, considering he is the dirtiest heel on the Wicked Crazy Pinfalls. Let me blow this up for you. So, my friend, go ahead. Say your piece with that promo.
Well, anyway, what's going on, everybody? I'm
Doing
going
well.
to tell
How
you
are you?
this. Drew, I respect you, buddy. I love you as my brother. Love you as my best friend. But I'm the greatest heel of all time. And I am the head of the table. I am going to be the knowledge one.
You did what under the table?
Everybody else is going to have to step in line. And if you're going to take that title, you're going to take it with a pry bar or a crowbar off of me. Because I do not show no mercy. I will defend that title. Come hell and high water. I will be acknowledged as one of the greatest guys on the planet. Everybody else knows I'm still going through rehab right now. But I'm getting stronger. I'm getting better. And I'm getting more knowledge. So all I got to say to everybody, respect the greatest heel of all time. And that's all I got to say on that.
He went for his
What's going on, everybody?
Oh my god!
Manuel.
That's
Look,
all.
all I'm gonna
No,
say-
actually, guys, I got some announcement to make to y'all. I know most of y'all might have seen it, but I actually got a brand new mic. The one I had before, as they would say, crap the bed. So I got this new mic now. This is a brand new headset I got from Walmart. Paid $30
Awesome.
for it. Whatever. It's fine. I love it. Well, it's because I want to thank Pluggo for the idea. And I want to thank Ray, my best friend Ray. Thank you, buddy, for telling me to get this. And also, I just want to let y'all know, I am the greatest nightmare in rehab.
High five, Ray. Like getting hit me. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah, I am
There
the
it is.
greatest.
Yeah.
I am doing killer work in rehab.
Good, man. That's awesome, bro. I'm proud of you.
Yep.
Killing it.
Yes, I'm glad it's going good.
Yeah. And believe it or not, guys, I got this week. It's a brand new week. I announced it on Twitter. I go every other week, every other day to rehab instead of going every single day. It was literally making it to the point where I was sitting there drinking lots of drinks to keep myself awake throughout the day. And I called my doctor. I texted him. I said, "Hey, is it okay for me to switch these days?" And he says, "Yeah, sure. Why not? Come on in."
So the big dog himself, the one called TBD, has messaged me to rebuttal for his Mr. Tim Travers thing. And I quote, "Tell Tim he'll be acknowledged with the first scathing promo as a sign of respect from the tribal chief and the head of the table, and a time for TBD." I have a funny feeling we need to get Tad in here and we need to get these brackets done.
Well, it's like this. It's just
But
pure
it's
love and
different
respect.
times right now, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, no. Between me and TBD, it's just love and respect. That's all.
Hey Ray, can you send a
That's not
message
very-
in
that's
that
not
group
very
thing to tell
good.
Tad we need to get these brackets done soon?
Yeah.
In the DMs.
Yeah.
Why did you move me away from Ray? I can't high five Anakin because he's got.
You know
Like a
what?
hot-
You know
I
what?
can't
You
high five
deserve.
you.
Here,
You
Anakin.
deserve.
High
You
five.
deserve top row.
Thank you.
High five, though. So bad.
That looks better too.
That does look better.
Yeah,
wait.
so
Well,
fine
I
for me.
mean,
Yeah, I go
Anakin
in-
just say he started from the bottom. Now he's here. I mean, if you take the screenshot, right,
Still on
literally
the
there, yeah. But
Yeah.
let's
I'm
just
just reminded of the scene from Mission Impossible 2 where Tom Cruise and Tandy Newton are in the tub, and she pulled him down to hide from the guard. And Tandy says to Tom Cruise, "Do you mind if I'm on top?" And he goes, "No, not at all." He rotate over. I just watched that movie this past weekend. What a bad movie that it was.
He's used
Well,
to being below
speaking
people
of
because
movies-
he's short.
Yeah.
Tom
Speaking
Cruise.
of
Well,
movies, I was
said it.
watching. I
yeah.
was watching a Godzilla flick.
I have to now figure out how to screenshot 2 promos now. This is going to be an insane couple of hours after
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Just download the video and then you can clip out the sections. It's really easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that because Drew's promo and Tim's are like going on Twitter. That has to go on Twitter. Oh God.
Let's
Yeah,
get back
but,
to like Raw, because I think
yeah.
to say about Raw.
Hey, it's better.
Go
Hey,
ahead.
mine was
So
better
why
than Raw's promos.
Oh,
But,
all right.
Hey, the
Are we
wrestling-
going
Let's
the
to-
wrestling was pretty
let's
good
get
in the
this
show.
train on the track right now. Okay, Anakin, you wanted to talk about Raw. Go right ahead.
Okay. So first of all, when they announced on SmackDown, Natty and Tamina, they're going to defend their tag titles against Shayna and Nia. I went on Discord and I said, "Oh my gosh.
Why were you
Why?
surprised?
Why?" And then all the stuff with Shayna last night and Reginald and all of this bullcrap. Do you know how nonsensical Raw booking is right now? How much it doesn't make sense? I will tell you how. I will tell you how much. So currently, one of the shows that I'm watching, and you're gonna laugh, and especially you, Ray. And guess what? I don't give
Of
a
course I'm laughing at you.
about it. One of the shows that I have been watching is I've been watching one of the most recent seasons of Power Rangers, the Beast Morphers season. The basic premise: they have to protect the city from a sentient computer virus. The lead scientist, who of course is a kid prodigy, kidnapped by the henchmen to build a robot body for the virus to escape from the cyber dimension into the real world and have a physical body. But what the scientist ends up doing is, because the way the Rangers are made is they splice the Rangers' DNA with animal DNA, and so that they can have their powers. He takes these 2 samples of DNA that he had on him, makes himself a Ranger, but somehow also gets the robot body to get infused with the other animal DNA and the head scientist's DNA. So now the robot is now somehow partially human, and the scientist and the robot refer to themselves as brothers, even though there's no biological cells with the robot whatsoever. And
I've
this
seen
makes more
Jurassic
sense
Park,
in the
I get it.
context. This makes more context in the sense of the show than anything that happens on Raw. How is that possible?
How's Power Rangers? Yeah, how is that possible?
You picked a weird reference for
That's
that.
the point. That's
So
the point.
confused,
It's
right?
so bizarre. But in the context of the show, in the context of Power Rangers, it made sense with how they set it up. It's still very weird, but it
So-
made sense. And Raw is just, Shayna and Nia have lost 3 straight tag title matches, but sure, let's go ahead and give them one more.
So here's what you just did. You said
Uh-huh.
WWE doesn't make any sense, so I got to make sense of it. So I'm going to do something that makes no sense to make sense of it.
Because it makes
You
more
just
sense.
did what they do.
This is what, guys, we have to
No,
listen to
because it
WWE.
makes more sense, and that's a problem. I shouldn't be looking at a kids show that says, "Oh, this guy and a robot share have the exact same DNA, so they're brothers," and that shouldn't make more sense than just simply 2 women getting a tag team title shot, and yet it does.
They have
act
been
like
doing
they
ring
have a
matches
bunch- You act like they have a
forever.
bunch of tag teams in the
But
women's
like,
division.
but
Anyway.
who's the other tag teams in that division? Mandy and Dana Brooke, they always lose. Naomi and Lana, they always
Down
lose.
on the title
But that's
shot.
their fault. That's WWE's fault because they
And
were
I
like,
think the whole
And
the
that's
whole
the
thing's
same
about Alexa
entity you're
Bliss.
getting mad at, though.
The whole storyline is about Alexa Bliss. Who's Alexa Bliss going after? Reginald? Why is he going after Reginald? What does that do for Alexa Bliss?
We haven't
How's
even-
that better
Because
for
it's
her?
funny.
but we
Yeah.
haven't even seen Alexa for like a couple weeks now, and we.
No,
and
she wasn't there yesterday. She
Well,
was mourning her. Sadly, she was
Larry
mourning
Steve.
her Larry David. She was mourning Larry Dave because her
Larry
pat-
Steve, get the name
Larry
right.
Steve.
Put some respect on the name.
Larry Steve.
It's a pig, brother.
I think that's why she wasn't there because Larry Steve passed away.
Well, no, she was trying to find a vet. She was trying to find an emergency vet for him, and then she posted this. She was posting that last night.
I don't know how this benefits. I don't know how this benefits Alexa Bliss going if she's going after Reginald because that's what this makes it look like. I don't know how this benefits her because to me it doesn't.
It's probably working towards Nia because like they have history, and
Yeah.
what better way
Why?
to get that? Well, okay, so they have their history between each other, and if Alexa does something to Reginald while Nia likes him, like that's your opening to opening that feud back up. I don't think that it's good. Like by no means do I think that's quality.
So what you're saying is she's basically stole what the Fiend did because the Fiend used to go after people that did him wrong. That's what Alexa Bliss is going to do.
Yeah, I mean Bray Wyatt can no longer Fiend anymore. Like that's
because Alexa Bliss stole that gimmick. Alexa Bliss stole that gimmick.
But Bray's also taking time off because Brody Lee dying like really affected
time
him.
off, brother. He's had like 2 matches all year. He's been on TV 4 times.
Sean said that's not the case though. I remember Sean saying that's not the case though. He didn't take the time off.
They don't have anything to do with him because they ruined the Fiend so bad. You can't go, hey, he was the Fiend 3 weeks ago. Now he's back as some other gimmick. Like they have nuked him. Like it's going to take a full teardown, rebuild, something different.
It's not like Mick Foley. It's not like Mick Foley. It's not like Mick Foley. When Mick Foley had his 3 personas, he can always come back to one of them and it'll work. The Fiend with Bray Wyatt, it doesn't.
Yeah. And I mean, he had other personas, so like he can pull it off, but like he's going to be gone for a while.
Yeah.
They figure something out.
Mm-hmm.
But
look at Bray Wyatt. He kept going. He was Bray Wyatt for a while. Dropped over on the ground. He had to reinvent himself. Go back up. WWE said, nope, pop the brakes. Dropped him again. How many more times is he going to reinvent himself? He's not like Chris Jericho, one of the greatest of all time. He's sure ain't like me.
Well,
one of the greatest as well.
But they botched every single time. His stuff is always fantastic when it debuts, but then as soon as creative gets a handle on it, it always dies.
So speaking
because that's WWE for you.
We're gonna stay away from WWE for the last few minutes and stuff. Speaking of multiple personalities and different characters, biography. Because we were talking about the Ultimate Warrior biography and stuff like that.
That is WWE, but
technically, but A&E's doing a biography Sunday with Mick Foley, and it's going to be an interesting look back on him, especially with how news just happened about how his daughter's got a disorder right now for her hearing and everything. I'm looking forward to seeing it being a Foley fan just because of the whole thing with Hell in a Cell, Cactus Jack, and a lot of stuff. So that's going to be exciting to watch. But the big news that I think Cultaholic put out there, there's a rumor going around, and me and Ray were talking about this before everybody popped in. Will Ospreay could be possibly going to NXT UK. Do you see him when he's healthy holding down the NXT UK title and taking it from Walter, or do you see him going straight to NXT?
Yep.
I mean, it depends on if he's going to be able to wrestle again. And, just be clear, like he claims he's still under contract with New Japan and will be for a while. Bia, I think is the one who doesn't have a contract anywhere right now.
She's going to NXT UK. She's
So,
going there. That's pretty much confirmed.
That's the big rumor. That's the big rumor because she wrapped up with Stardom. She's not doing New Japan anymore. And we talked about this several weeks ago when that rumor first broke. Like, if Bea Priestley shows up in NXT UK, I could see her being the one to dethrone Kaylee Ray. Because there's nobody else over there that I could
WWE was
I don't think would be able to
before she went to AEW.
Because I think Kaylee Ray, she's faced everybody over there pretty much, right?
But she's having another title match at SMR, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, but but I don't.
You're not switching it there.
No, I don't see that happening. But you bring in Bea Priestley, who, let's be fair, has her own share of controversies.
Yeah, with Will Ospreay.
But if they bring in Bea Priestley, that seems like a no-brainer. You immediately make her a big deal by dethroning the longest reigning NXT UK Women's Champion and one of the longest reigning champions period of the modern era. As far as Will Ospreay, I mean, a former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, that seems like a pretty good candidate to dethrone Walter. And I know, and I know Sean has been saying for a while, he doesn't think the person to dethrone Walter, he doesn't think that person is in WWE yet. So it makes total sense to me. If Will Ospreay ends up going to NXT UK, that's who takes the title off of Walter, because he would be.
That won't be able for a while.
Incredible.
That won't happen for a while. Because how long do you think he's out for?
That's what I was gonna say. I think he's out for like at least 6 months. Like, it's gonna be a while. And so I look at, like, as far as like the rumors of him going to NXT UK, I look at that and think, I don't know how long he's out for. I don't know how long his deal with New Japan is for. And like, New Japan is very high on him. Like, they use him very well. Like,
he made him champion.
He was the champion. As gross as that title looks, like, he was their champion.
I didn't think it'd beat Ibushi. I didn't think Ibushi would lose the title that quickly either.
Yeah, that was a bad call. But like, regardless, they did it. And so like, when I look at Ospreay, I look at also like, we're starting to see a lot of stuff opening up now. And so the next step will be
except for Japan. Japan's dangerous right now.
Yeah, but like, he's not a Japanese citizen. Like, he's not bound to stay there. If he's to leave New Japan, he can go wherever he wants. So I think by the time he's healthy, I would assume things will be open to where he can go anywhere he wants. And while I look at the NXT UK thing of if WWE gets their hands on him, that's not for all the controversy they bring to them, that's not a bad name to dethrone Walter, to where like, I kind of get it. But I also think that he's also a big enough name where you probably want to pull him stateside, because they don't put a whole lot of the big name guys. Like, the only reason Walter's not over here is because he said, I don't want to go to the US. And when they did use him for Survivor Series, it was bad. And so
he also came over for Ciampa too.
He doesn't mind coming over and doing U.S. NXT stuff. It's the main roster stuff he has no interest with. Which
I don't think
he doesn't trade Survivor Series. I don't blame him.
I don't think it'd be like Ricochet either, because like they're both high flyers. But I think Will also would have more success because he actually could talk better than he can actually cut better promos than Ricochet.
Let's see how they are when they're handed to him do this, because they hand Ricochet some garbage. And when he's left to do his own thing, is he a great promo? No. But is he serviceable to be like, yeah, I look small, but I'm one of the baddest MFs here? Like, yeah, he can pull those and he can do just fine.
Well, the problem is he needs to know, he needs to learn how to be able to really talk and deliver those promos, and then also
they have to not hand him shit.
New Japan,
and also just when to shut up.
New Japan does a good job with their wrestlers. They don't cut a lot of promos in New Japan, but when they do, it's like usually backstage or to close out the show.
Well, why don't I say this, because of the fact that we've got a lot of stuff we're gonna talk about, and we got to savor a little bit on this bone tonight. So we've had insane amount of promos today. We've had a bunch of other stuff. So why don't we wrap it up, because we'll make it to an hour, because we still have a 2-hour show tomorrow. We have an hour show on Thursday, minus the Pluggo, because he's got to get ready for his early show on Thursday. Yes, I watch his stuff.
What are you talking about?
Just for a week.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Then you're going to be running up against Warren's show.
No, I don't think so. I think it shows before Warren. I think.
Mine.
He's going to be running. He's going to be running up into it.
No,
okay.
yeah, mine this Thursday we're at 8:00 and we'll be done by 9 because they got Quizzleplex. So, yeah, I won't be counter programming the juggernaut that is Mr. Warren Hayes. Not this week.
No, but the thing about it is that Pluggo has always been a great person and a great friend. So anytime he needs me on, or any of us on, he'll bring us on.
Yeah,
considering that. But all I ask is bring your co-host on tomorrow, and let's have some fun.
My co-host? You mean my boss?
No, I'm not including your boss. I'm talking about your co-host.
You want JPJ? JPJ is a busy man.
Yeah, and he's from Massachusetts.
Yeah, he is. That's true.
Just tell him like his fellow Bostonian friend is literally like having a party tomorrow, and he's welcome to pop in.
You might have to open that checkbook throwback.
Yeah, like
the
5 people that are on, like the 5 people that are on here that all asking for Brock deals. Yeah, thanks.
Hey, I never asked for that.
Yeah,
I didn't ask for that.
You
I asked for
offered.
the Goldberg deal, 2 matches a year.
I want the Hornswoggle deal, like 1 Royal Rumble every 3 years.
All right, so why don't we go?
I just want a Sasha deal. I don't need a Brock deal. I just want a Sasha deal.
So since he cut a promo, Tim, tell him where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter as the dirtiest heel on there. I changed my name. You can also find me on Facebook. You could also find me on the Diecast Collective. We did a feature today. It's a free one. Go check that out. I highly encourage people get on it. But you can also gonna check me here tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. That's for dang on sure.
All right, go ahead, Anakin. Since
you can find me on Twitter at AnakinJMT. I'm also on the Mr. Warren Hayes Discord. Pluggo's there, who literally only pops up just to throw in puns and tagged Thomas Corey in them, and I love him for that. I always appreciate those. And look for a Double or Nothing prediction show with me and Tad sometime this week. My kid is going to be with my ex over this weekend, so basically I'll have all day Saturday I'm available to do it. So whenever we can find a time that works for us, we will do it, and we will go live. And that's going to be on the other channel. Is that right?
Yep, it's going to be on the Wicked Crazy Crew TV. Ray will be with you and having the controls to produce, because you and Ray, everybody here is going to be doing some production stuff, because Lord knows when I go on my trip, I'm only going to be doing the Thursday shows for the most part. So somebody else has to help me out, because if Rob's busy covering for Fightful and shooting the Sportage. Aaron, since I was a guest on yours, do your thing, man.
All right. So come join me in Aaron Entertainment on YouTube. Aaron J's Fans, my Twitter handle. As Throwback said earlier today, he was on my show. It's all about wrestling. We did talk about a lot of stuff, like the Warrior documentary from A&E. I talked about the Dark Side of the Ring of North Korea, because it's in North Korea. It's interesting. I talk about the weekly review in wrestling world. And this Thursday I'm going to have a show. It's all about pop culture. I might have Anakin on. We'll talk about what he sent me on Twitter.
Oh boy! Oh yeah, we got to go off on that. Oh,
and that's Thursday. And on Friday, I'm thinking of doing a Double or Nothing prediction show. Usually, I do pay-per-views prediction shows on the day of the pay-per-view. But Sunday, I'm going to watch the Jays game in the afternoon, so I may not have time. Maybe, I don't know. I'll do it Friday. But yeah. And then Saturday, I'm trying to do my sports show again. And I get caught up talk about the playoffs in both hockey and NBA. And looks like my Leafs are gonna beat Montreal once again. So yeah. And then and the NBA playoff stuff. And then we'll be Vladimir Guerrero Jr. MVP, best player, best hitter in baseball.
And then Mr. El Plugzo, very much so. Go ahead and say your stuff, man.
Oh boy. Well, in about 45 minutes to about 55 minutes, I'll be on the Love Wrestling Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube channel doing the Power Out post show recap with my man Zach. So come check that out. That's gonna be a good time. Let's see. I just dropped a podcast comparing Bailey to Kevin Durant. If you're gonna check that out,
She has Burger Celtic Durant. She has Burger Celtic Durant.
You should send that to Jeremy.
Bailey is Kevin Durant. It's all over my Twitter,
and
Facebook, and Instagram at Wrestling Plug-In.
I've got like a Twitter.
Send that to Jeremy, Joe, and Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so basically too. What I'm doing is I took the women's greatest, the top 10 of the women's greatest of all time in the modern era list. I'm going to compare each one of the top 10 to a basketball player of some type.
I like that.
So
that's very cool.
I guess I know who LeBron James is going to be.
So you're not saying Kevin Durant is in the top 10 for basketball players. You're just
I'm saying
he
Bailey,
is though.
Right, but I'm saying there's a comparison to Bailey's career and Kevin Durant's career. There's a bunch of similarities. I break it down in about a 20-minute podcast. It's into my Twitter.
I see it. I like that.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Check that out.
I will watch that.
I'm going to drop a few of them a week.
It's Sasha Banks or Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan.
I'm not giving away.
Remember that?
I'm not giving away any of the ones that haven't been put out yet.
You guys remember that? You remember that, right?
I don't. But also, you can find
2 years ago.
You can find me here tomorrow for some. I'm going to pop in and do the 1-year anniversary show. Thursday, 8:00. Me and JPJ between two beers on Love Wrestling, and then also Saturday, something might be in the works. Stay tuned to all of my social media when I will drop that announcement later this week. And then real quick before we go, because tomorrow might be my last opportunity. This is the last Tuesday. I want to say thank you to Throwback for real though. Like this was my first on-screen podcast I ever did.
Same.
And it was because of Throwback giving me a shot, and he made me a regular guest, and he's done some stuff with me. And now I'm doing all this other stuff, and honestly, it wouldn't be without Throwback and him actually kind of kicking me in the ass a little bit and saying, "Do something." Like, why aren't you doing something? And I said, blah blah blah. And he goes, "No, just do it." And without him, I wouldn't be able to come on here and spew my insanity every week. So thank you, Throwback. I appreciate it, and I can't wait to see what you guys do on Thursdays. I'm definitely going to check it out. If you guys are still on after my show ends or vice versa, we'll make some stuff happen. We'll co-brand.
In the way I'm looking at it is that, and we'll have Spencer Love on tomorrow, and we'll talk about it while he's on live, is that the possibility if when Two Beers goes at 9, maybe one of us can actually pop over there and, represent the show and stuff, because Pluggo could probably be on here like from halfway through until like 8:30 for a little while, and then pop on, get ready for his stuff too.
I just want to say one thing. Is Spencer Love very upset with the Edmonton Oilers getting swept? Because he's a Who's hockey fan like me. Because he's in Edmonton, right? And the Oilers, with the best player, got swept.
Well, I'm a Bruins fan, so I'll have to say about that. So the third producer in the whole part of the family, Ray, go ahead.
So you can find me on Twitter at angrybeaver1127. I got a variety of content-y things over there, so I tweet wrestling stuff and other stuff. So if you're weak-minded, you might not like my stuff, but it's fine, it's mine. But I want to kind of emphasize what Pluggo was saying. Like, Throwback, I never would have thought that I would have done this stuff. Like, I always am someone who's like behind the camera, don't look at me, like that's kind of my thing. But like this is very, very fun. And Pluggo, same thing to you too. Like I know I think I messaged this to you. Like you were the first one to watch any of my prediction videos that are linked up on my YouTube channel and my Twitter. It's there, top pin tweet. Go check it out. Give it a like and subscribe, that whole thing. But you were the first one to, like, without solicitation of saying like, hey, go watch this. You were one of those first people that randomly was like, hey, this is pretty good. I like this. And like, that's all it took for me to be like, oh, okay, like somebody is listening. And there are people that do actually think like, hey, he's worth listening to. And like, it's a small thing, but it really meant a lot to me. And I wouldn't have that without you giving this platform here, Throwback. So again, guys, give me a follow on Twitter at AngryBeaver1127 though. And I do, like I said, prediction shows for AEW, WWE, and Impact pay-per-views. So AEW with their 1 of 4 this weekend. So I'll be producing one of those. I'm going to beat that guy in a prediction show pretty soon. So lots of stuff going. I also have a website called Wrestling with the Beaver where I retro review 80s and 90s pay-per-views. That was the lead up to the Monday Night Wars. And you always do that. Like what?
Because Wrestling with the Beaver, it just sounds weird. That's all. It's a great name. It's a great name. I'm just saying, there's an innuendo there.
I love it.
If you're a pervert, that's not my fault.
Oh. So let me get my last few things first. All right. Because it is the last Tuesday show and it's really somber because I always thought I'd be on Tuesdays. Thursday, we're going to have the original first guest of Wicked Crazy Pinfalls to kick off Thursday nights. It's only right to have the co-founder of Wicked Crazy Pinfalls, one of them, Rob Wilkins, will be sitting right where Ray is with Anakin and me and everybody else. And possibly, maybe if we're still on, Pluggo can come in afterwards. But to quoting from what I've been saying, hearing from Rob, he's got some few things he wants to say. So that will be fun. The 1 year anniversary show's tomorrow, 2 hours of fun. We're going to basically give you your wrestling hours, Phil, so you can, that way you can get entertained for 2 hours while AEW is not around. You never know who could probably pop in. So all I ask is if you're on Twitter, tag the people you want on the show, give their eyes on here and get them on, because we do have 2 guests coming on tomorrow and it'll be fun. I mean, hell, you're going to have me and the plug master over there all dressed nicely.
I didn't get the memo about dressing nice.
You always miss the homework note.
You're the one who said a week ago, oh, I'm going to wear a bow tie and a dress shirt.
I wore that for my show, but yes, I will. I'll come correct tomorrow. Yeah, I missed the homework because you guys, like, behind the curtain, you guys talk so much, like, when I'm at work.
It is pretty bad.
The curtain when you're in the message.
No, which is,
but it's behind the curtain of the show. It gets pretty bad sometimes. I'll be at work too, and like, oh shoot.
Trust me, it's not bad. I don't hate it. It's just sometimes I'll get at work and you guys will go, and then like I'll hop
we can't
on
end the show without this.
I was just about to put that up there too. Hold on.
So let me finish this first. All right. It's a somber frame for me because I always thought I'd be on Tuesdays. I fought with this, and everybody's like, "What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?" The thing about it is that Tuesday, if we have a chance to do a special on a Tuesday, we'll take that opportunity. That will be down the line. It'll be one of those things. Thursday, I'm going to tell Rob to say something in front of you guys with Rob. But because this person on the show that's on now was the second guest ever, I want to thank you, Anakin, for being a part of it at the start. And also Tim for promoting the show constantly at the start and now. Pluggo bear with me with all the bullshit that we were trying to do during this first show, and how technical challenged I was, and these 2 good men who have always had my back from hard times. My friend, I'm lucky to have good friends, and it's just really special to me to have these people around. People like having the first woman ever on the show, which was Queen Hannah Moore, everybody on there, Sean Ross Sapp, just the endless amount of people that have been on, Louis Dangor, which I've tried reaching out, trying to get it won't happen. So, but it's awesome to see how it's all changed. And then now tomorrow we kick off 1 year for the first time, and let's see how many go. We did pass 225. We're at 227. So I want to say right now with these guys on, as much as I appreciate it, these guys appreciate it more, because without them, there wouldn't even be no show. The show changed. If you watch the retrospective, because we'll go off air in a second, the whole show changed the day DK was on. Now, I'm going to try to get a hold of him, see if I can get him on. But without DK being on and doing those roundtables, which these are now the way the show is, the way these cameras are, this is a roundtable all the time. It's fun to see different opinions and stuff.
I don't think I've missed a show since that one. Like, that one was fantastic. Like, that's what pulled me in. So
what I want to say is, I'm not going to go through all the plugs. We've got a lot of stuff to do the next 2 days. But my main thing is to everybody who's watching, whether you're watching on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, if you're watching this later on, thank you. Without you guys and without everything, none of this would happen. This is my therapy. Me talking about wrestling or random stuff, or having two good friends like these two. Well, wrong thing. Like these two. The wall. But at the end of it all,
debating pulling a
at the end of it all, what matters most is that when we get off the air and with that group chat stuff, we're still friends. And at the end of the day, that's what it stays off. So all I say is the best good deed is doing a good deed to pay it forward.
You got to pay for that content, sir.
Left my wallet upstairs.
Ray's got an OnlyFans, I see. Then okay.
Other than that, all I want to say is thank you.
Not either.
And for everybody that's been a part of the ride for the last year, because I'll reiterate this tomorrow. Thank you too. I'm hoping the next year will be even better. We've got a title belt that people are going to be going after. We're going to have a tournament that people are going to be going after. And for the first time and once a year, the show is going to be going on the road. So, and we'll have multiple producers finally for the first time. So we've got this guy being a producer right now for this show. And then very soon for him to become a producer on his own show on the new channel.
Don't shake your head, Ray. Don't be like that.
Don't tell me what to do.
But at the end of the day, do a good deed, pay it forward. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Hit the Twitter up. And like I said, if you're watching and you do have Twitter and you have somebody in mind for wrestling, or go on Facebook or whatnot, get them to come in. All are welcome tomorrow. It's a 2-hour show, and just enjoy it. So all I ask is from these guys, keep tagging people on Twitter. Tell them it's more welcome to come and help out basically promote it. The one guest I hope for that would just come in to say hi is, Denise or Sean or somebody that's been on in the past. Because I want to
DWO, bring DWO over.
But I want to personally thank them, and that's the right thing to do. So hope you guys are enjoying it. Keep killing it. Do a good deed. Pay it forward.
Peace.
Hi, Mom.